The moment you achieve a measure of stability, status, or financial accomplishment, you change your relationship with the world. You stop being seen purely as a man, and you start being viewed as a resource system, an infrastructure, a solution to someone else's stability deficit. While this drive is natural, the current social and economic climate has weaponized it, producing a specific type of woman who is not interested in you, but intensely interested in what you represent and what you can provide. She is not looking for a life partner, she is shopping for a lifestyle provider. And if you can't differentiate between authentic affection driven by connection and calculated performance, driven by financial aspiration, you are about to sign away your future, your peace, and half of everything you have built, to someone who will inevitably resent you for not being richer, and simultaneously despise you for being her safety net. I'm going to walk you through exactly how these women operate. The subtle, often ignored indicators that their interest is strictly transactional, and how you can protect your assets, and more importantly, your mental health from this specific type of high-stakes deception. This isn't about being cynical. This is about being financially and emotionally prudent. Before we dive into the dense, critical signs you must recognize, I want to take a moment and understand the scope of this community. I need you to anchor this conversation in your current reality. Drop your city and state or your country in the comments. We are establishing a global network of men who demand clarity and reality over comforting lies. The resource seeker approaches a relationship like a high-level business negotiation, where she expects maximum return for minimal investment. Her currency is attention, perceived value, and the temporary promise of intimacy and domesticity. To her, this is a zero-sum game. The less she has to contribute, the better her leverage. We must understand that this behavior is often socially validated. We live in a culture that consistently encourages women to date up, to prioritize a man's earning potential over his character, and to view their own youth and attractiveness as a temporary asset to be leveraged for long-term financial security. Social media has turbocharged this mechanism, creating highlight reels of luxury that serve as the baseline expectation for relationships. A woman who is strictly after your resources is often running a script she has internalized from her environment. The idea that her contribution is simply existing beautifully and being willing to accept your generosity. Here are the first 3 critical behavioral patterns, the signs, that reveal a woman is focused on your infrastructure, not your soul. The resource seeker doesn't ask you directly for your tax returns on the first date, but she will conduct a lightning-fast, highly effective background check and asset evaluation within the first 30 minutes of meeting you. She is looking for indicators, markers that confirm your capacity to fund the lifestyle she desires. These signals are often subtle, woven into casual conversation. They won't be about your childhood dreams or your spiritual values. They will be precision instruments designed to locate your ceiling. Not because she cares about your commute, but because she needs to gauge your property value. She'll inquire, "What exactly does your company do?" She pays intense, immediate attention to the quality of your watch, the brand of your shoes, and most crucially, the vintage and condition of your car. A genuine connection seeks common ground and shared experience. If you deliberately try to appear low-key, say by driving a very ordinary vehicle or dressing down, and her interest rapidly cools, you've just failed her invisible financial assessment. She wasn't screening for character, she was screening for cash flow. She might mention, almost casually, that she really needs to move out of her current place, or that she's looking for a man who can help her manage her finances better. These are not confessions, they are audition requirements. She is testing to see if you immediately leap into the provider role. If you offer solutions too quickly, a loan, an offer to help with rent, or suggesting moving in together prematurely, you confirm to her that you are an easy mark, a man whose love language is financial rescue. Once the resource seeker confirms you meet her minimum resource threshold, her demands will rapidly escalate, creating a consistent upward curve of expenditure. She tests the boundaries of your generosity, not out of malice, but to establish the default setting for the relationship. A date night at a local cozy spot will be met with subtle disappointment, a cold shoulder, or a pointed comment about how she usually prefers places with better ambiance. The key indicator here is her reaction to effort-based dates versus expenditure-based dates. She has no respect for the time, thought, or emotional investment you put into the date. She only values the monetary cost. This is critical. A woman who values you appreciates your presence and creativity. She perceives the luxury experience itself as her reward for granting you her time and presence. If the rewards stop, the present stops. Talk about a potential backpacking trip through Southeast Asia, high effort, low cost, versus a week in the Maldives, low effort, high cost. Her immediate visceral reaction will tell you everything you need to know about where her true desires lie. She wants to be seen consuming the high life, not building a life with you. This transactional mindset dictates that the relationship must immediately feel like an upgrade to her current standard of living. If you own a nice home, she expects to be spending most nights there, minimizing her own housing expenses. If you travel well, she expects to be invited immediately, regardless of the stage of the relationship. A healthy relationship is defined by reciprocity and a balancing of contributions, time, effort, emotional labor, and resources. In the relationship with a resource seeker, this balance is fundamentally broken. Consider the effort involved in making plans. You will initiate 90% of the dates. You will be expected to organize, book, pay for, and confirm every detail. When you ask her to organize something simple, a weekend dinner reservation, or perhaps help you run a minor errand, she will meet this request with excuses, procrastination, or a sense of entitlement that this work is beneath her. Her emotional investment is equally asymmetric. She will happily accept hours of your time when she needs to vent about her workday, seek comfort, or require advice on personal crises. She views emotional support as something you owe her, but she does not owe to you. She is perfectly content to consume your emotional energy and stability, but refuses to expend her own. If she starts spending time at your place, she is a guest, never a partner. She will leave dishes for you to clean, she will not offer to grocery shop, and any attempt to ask her to contribute to the upkeep of the home will be met with defensiveness. The only contribution she truly believes she needs to make is her presence, which she implicitly monetizes. The danger of this asymmetry is that successful men often fall into the trap of believing that by doing more, providing more, and investing more, they are securing her affection. But the truth is, every time you step in to fill the gap of her responsibility, you reinforce her belief that she doesn't need to try. And the moment she finds another man who offers a higher level of resource provision with the same low requirement for her contribution, she will exit, leaving you with an empty bank account and the realization that your investment bought security for her, not love for you. This is just the beginning of what you need to understand. Recognizing these first three signs forces you to look at the relationship through the lens of transactional analysis rather than idealized romance. You must stop confusing transactional interest with genuine attraction. You must stop hoping that your financial generosity will eventually unlock her emotional devotion. It will only increase her expectations and deepen her sense of entitlement. The time for blind optimism is over. For every man watching this who is prioritizing his long-term financial freedom and his peace of mind, understand this. Protection starts with pattern recognition. To confirm that you are seeing these patterns clearly and taking control of your future, I want you to plant a specific phrase in the comments below. This is a crucial step towards cognitive clarity. The pursuit of clarity and self-protection is non-negotiable for high-value men. This channel exists to arm you with the psychological tools necessary to navigate the modern relationship landscape without becoming a victim of strategic ambition. Give this video a like. We've only covered 3 of the 8 critical signs. You are not fully protected yet. The information in Part 2 completes your defense system, ensuring you can identify and neutralize this threat to your legacy. You need the critical second phase of protection, and it is coming immediately. You've recognized the panic. You've spotted the pivot. The performance of transformation is designed for one purpose only: to acquire the resources necessary to stabilize a life that was previously optimized for short-term gratification. But the cost of entry to this marriage of convenience is almost always paid exclusively by the man. The critical skill you must master now is distinguishing the performer from the genuine partner, especially when their strategic focus is centered entirely on your wallet. This is the psychological reality of resource extraction masked as romance. The transition from dating casually in her 20s to demanding commitment in her late 30s is often a forced alignment of necessity with strategy. The biological clock demands a family structure, and the financial history demands a provider capable of sustaining the lifestyle she believes she deserves, regardless of her current ability to generate it herself. Before we dive deep into the specific patterns of resource-seeking behavior, I need to know where this reality check is hitting home for you right now. Drop the name of your city in the comments below. We are building a network of men committed to clarity, and understanding our reach confirms the shared experience we are all navigating. Now, let us illuminate the 8 definitive signs that reveal a woman is only after your resources, not your heart. This sign appears almost immediately. She does not date you, she dates your lifestyle. If you invite her to a nice restaurant that is a treat for you, she acts like it is her minimum expectation. If you own a certain type of car or home, she immediately begins planning how she will utilize those assets, subtly pushing for upgrades or suggesting destinations that vastly exceed your comfort zone, often without offering to contribute to the expense. A woman genuinely interested in you appreciates your efforts and respects your financial boundaries. A resource seeker views your spending capacity as a barrier to be broken, constantly pushing for more expensive trips, designer goods, and activities that require significant capital outlay. She is testing the limits of your resource access, and if you fail to provide the immediate upgrade she expects, the performance of affection and excitement diminishes rapidly. She treats your existing level of success as merely the starting point for her ascent. She will push you relentlessly for details about your income, your investments, your savings accounts, and your assets. She needs to know the exact security buffer you represent.
She will use tactics like, "That's not romantic," or "Are you calling me a gold digger?" to deflect and shame you away from investigating her financial reality.
If she had a stable financial life and independent wealth, she would be proud to share that she brings security and value to the partnership. Her refusal to discuss her finances is an admission that her value proposition is entirely reliant on your ability to provide for both of you. This is perhaps the most painful pattern to witness. The warmth, affection, intimacy, or enthusiasm she displays is directly correlated with the financial investment you have recently made. You will have a passionate weekend. Did you fail to deliver the expected expenditure for a holiday or birthday? She uses intimacy and emotional connection as currency, demanding resource input before releasing the reward. This is fundamentally different from a healthy relationship where affection flows freely, regardless of material circumstances. If you try to scale back your spending to test the relationship's authenticity, her true motivations will surface immediately through icy distance and sharp criticism. In a partnership built on genuine connection, both individuals invest effort, time, and money. She never reaches for the check. She never plans a date that requires effort, but no cost to you, like a picnic she prepares. Her entire relationship strategy is based on consumption. You will constantly feel like you are the cruise director, the bank, and the entertainment fund. When a woman is invested in the relationship itself, she seeks ways to contribute value, not just extract it. The lack of reciprocity in financial and effort-based spending is a clear indicator that she sees the relationship as a job where she is the manager of your wallet, not a mutual endeavor. She will push aggressively for merging assets early in the relationship. This includes suggesting joint bank accounts before discussing marriage, pushing for co-signing a mortgage for a property that benefits her lifestyle more than yours, or demanding a wedding date within months of meeting. Her eagerness to combine financial lives before deep emotional trust has been established is a strategic move. She seeks legal entanglement because that is the most efficient way to access your stability and protect herself in the event of failure. Remember, her commitment is to the financial structure, not necessarily to you. Once resources are merged, her performance anxiety decreases, and the effort she puts into the relationship often declines sharply. The resource seeker is fundamentally driven by external validation and the desire for unlimited upward mobility. If you hit a financial goal, she immediately sets the bar higher. She compares your current situation unfavorably to friends or acquaintances who are wealthier. This is not supportive motivation, it is an economic driver. A truly supportive partner values the man, not the metrics. The resource extractor values the metrics above the man, and this chronic dissatisfaction will manifest as deep, corrosive resentment that makes you feel perpetually inadequate. Beware of the woman who introduces instability into your life under the guise of crisis. She frequently needs large, immediate sums of money for sudden emergencies, a car repair she cannot afford, a debt collector calling, an issue with rent or utility bills. Crucially, these funds are almost always presented as loans, but they are never repaid. The moment you solve one crisis, another one looms. A stable woman manages her life responsibly and seeks solutions, not rescues. A resource seeker seeks a rescuer who will absorb her liabilities without question. This final sign is the undeniable confirmation of her mercenary mindset, usually revealed during pre-commitment discussions, prenups, wills, moving in agreements. While a healthy partner discusses resource protection for the family unit, the resource seeker fixates on her own future economic safety at your expense. If she accepts a prenup, she fights tooth and nail to maximize the spousal support clauses, regardless of the marriage duration or her earning potential. She emphasizes her need for financial independence through access to your existing wealth, ensuring that her exit strategy is cushioned by your sacrifice. The resource seeker focuses on guaranteeing the maximal distribution of your existing wealth to her in the event of dissolution. If she spends more time discussing what she gets after the marriage fails than how you will build a successful life together, you are simply her legal safety net. This approach sees the man not as a soulmate, but as a mechanism for resource acquisition and risk mitigation. When the biological clock is ticking and the marketplace options have dried up, strategy overtakes sentiment.
The resentment she harbors for settling, combined with the entitlement she has for your resources, creates a toxic environment where you are perpetually criticized for not being enough, while simultaneously being essential for her survival. You must choose clarity over comfort. Your time, your attention, and your financial investment are finite resources.
You are owed the truth, and the truth is that the modern dating market is a minefield of strategic repositioning. You are gaining critical insights here, knowledge that the mainstream culture actively attempts to suppress because it benefits from keeping men confused and compliant. In the comments below, I want you to share this specific phrase if this message hit home for you. I am choosing clarity over convenience. Typing that phrase solidifies your commitment to informed decision-making and aligns you with a community of high-value men who demand authentic partnership. Do it right now! And if you demand more of this crucial clarity, if you are ready to arm yourself with the psychological tools needed to navigate the complex reality of modern relationships, then hit that subscribe button immediately. We provide the uncomfortable truths that protect your future and your sanity. You deserve partners who genuinely choose you, not just your assets. Hit the like button on this video to send a strong signal that you value genuine content that focuses on risk management and male empowerment. Your affirmation ensures this critical information reaches other men who desperately need this clarity. This is the blueprint for maintaining masculine authority without becoming controlling. You will not want to miss this essential strategic breakdown. Be ready.